Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with the second part on the painting tutorial of the Fleetmaster. Okay, Master of the Fleet. The Fleetmaster. It's from the old Ark Corsair. So we are going to keep the paint job on him. Yeah, if you are interested how I reach this point, check part 1 so you can arrive to where I am at this moment. Okay, so we are going to keep working on the inside, and here I know I'm going to use, I will use Valor Brown, and we are going to start doing some layering and some highlights on this type piece of cloth. Okay, so they have a quite interesting structure inside. So what I want to do, we have to do it quite thin. What I want to do is to show this type of detail a little bit more. Okay, like that. We are going to apply a little bit on the edge of this cape. Okay, let me see if I can thin down a little bit more the paint. What you want to do is to clean up a little bit the wash. Clean up if there is any mistake now. But to be more precise, we have done quite a fast paint job before. Just to, and now it's time to tighten up the paint job, right? You can see this color is a little bit too much yellow for what the base color was. So we are going to take XV88. We are going to use the XV88 to help on softening transition. So we need to take the XV88. Okay, this color, that was the base color we got using. We are going to help. We're going to use this color to help us. The transitions are softer and not that we don't have these jumps, these sudden jumps of color. Okay, I think it's V88 is better, but I want to skip the Valor Brown to give this more accentuated highlights. Okay, so as usual, it's better. You always need to see, you need to balance your paint job or not, and to have better looking. Okay, so it's quite normal that sometimes we need to make a step back. So here we apply this XV88, then at the end Valor Brown. Okay. Okay, so you see, we do that. We show the nice textures that we have on this. Okay, because we have a very nice texture on the other side, but the inside also is interesting. We have this type of organic shapes, and then we have the folds. Apply a little bit of Valor Brown here. So I'm using XV88 and Valor Brown, and sometimes even mix to help on the highlights. Okay, I want to give it, I think I'm leaving it darker than the color that it was put for the inside of the cape. I think this is, I don't want to go very light on this one. The other thing I'm realizing, sometimes the wash is pulling a little bit in some areas. So what I recommend when this is happening, in that case we are going to use the dried bark. Okay, we are going to use the dried bark. We are going to go over like that. And now I go with XV88 plus dried bark. We mix them. We soften a little with this. Okay, in that way it doesn't look. Oh, we can go with one. Also, but we don't want this to look like a pull thing. We want this to look softer, right? This is why I'm using now here as well XV88 mixed with. That way we still give the sensation of leathery. I think we still have this sensation of leathery, but at the same time looks cleaner. Cleaner in terms of paint job. Okay. Here we go. This part is super hidden, so I will not hit this part here that is difficult to reach. I will just go with XV88 and go to the edges. Filling out a bit, but we hit that part, we cannot do too much. Okay. Okay, let's work on the scales. That is one of the most interesting parts of this miniature. So I close these ones. We still have the hair, but I think we can work now on the scales. To work on the scales, I will start first with the Cyberite green. You can use the Cyberite green. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch each scale with Cyberite green. So in that way we'll really, you see, will really pop up the scale. And I do this, I prefer this versus dry brushing in this miniature, okay? And the reason is I see the texture is not very deep. It's not very depth, sorry. Oh, deep. It's not very, it's not very deep. This is the right phrasing. Okay, so I prefer to do it myself with the brush, with patient. We have to be patient, and we keep doing this scales, okay? Here it's going to be more tricky. These scales are very small, so it's almost doing dots. Okay, but we have the same issue. So the texture here is not very deep. It's not very deep. Sorry. So if you go with dry brushing, most likely it will not work. Okay. So I will keep doing that. I will do all this, and I will do the ones at the front. Okay, and I come back when all of them are done, because it's a repetition of what I was showing on the top part. So this is how the cape looks like now. Okay, and now I'm going to do a second. I will do a very soft dry brushing with Gauss Blaster green. Okay, this one we have to be very careful to not mess up with the miniature. So I take a little bit to match. So we remove the excess. I divide. I want to be very, very, very soft here. Okay, let's go. Okay, you see. Okay. There's a contamination. Take some of the paint that I just put on there. If for any reason you do a mistake, the best is to do again the wash. Okay, I break the meter from the base. Okay, like that is okay. Okay, so I will glue it back to the base and then come back. So now we have the hair glued, okay, we have almost the miniature complete, and we are going to apply Noon oil. So we are going to do this on the hair to give a little bit of shade, and we have to be very careful here. I will try to do it very thin, okay, and try not to put too much of the wash, so try to avoid that is accumulating too much, okay. But the intention here is to give some depth to the hair, okay, so in order we can do the highlights later on, okay. So we're going to apply this too much. Okay, I do that. And we are going to do this here. And as well on this part here. And we do this. And now like that. Okay, now we will wait that this dries. Okay, and once this has dried, we are going to do the highlights that are needed. Okay, once the wash has dried, I'm going to use again Celestial Gray, and we are going to start highlighting the hair. Okay, so we are going to, and this is going to be maybe the most tricky part. So I try to first from this part to pick up the different hairs. Okay, you see, we do it from this side. Now we are going to do this, this, and like that. We have to follow here the shape. Okay. We need to follow the shape here. See, this this hair, I see that using the wave brushing it's going to be very difficult because the texture is not very deep, sorry, where in the top part. Okay, in this part where I am now, the texture is not that deep, so the wave brushing can be quite messy in this part. Okay, now we have done this part and we can go down. I'm going to do okay. I'm going to do the front hair really white. As I said, this with a lot of patience. Okay. Like that. Like that. Okay. This with the Celeste Gray. Now we are going to use we can use Deepkin Flesh. Okay, have a greenish color. No, I will not use Deepkin Flesh, sorry. Let's use Pallid Witch Flesh that is going to be almost white. Okay, I'm going to start with the bottom. What we want to do here is to give a very going to give a very thin touch to accentuate some of the parts. Like that. We do this hair here. This one for sure, this cube here. You need this white accent here. Okay. And the reason is when you have this curve, the hair will do a reflection. So I recommend even to do just horizontal line, so line in that direction that crosses everything. Okay, to show the right point of the hair. Now, with that, we keep working. darker gray to do some corrections. But you want to really add this white. Look at that. A little more here. Okay. But it will work a little bit more on the end of this long hair. And I want to do this hair at the front like that. Okay, you can do another one of the hidden ones. Okay. What we are going to do now? I'm going to take darker gray, for example, downstone. Okay. We are going to be sure that here we have gray in the recess. Okay. Okay. Something like that. We can do the same next to the white here. That's where the white went out. Okay. We need to clean up as well the hair on this side. Looks too messy. So we need to put one with the dark, with the celestial gray. Okay, and we can do as well one white hair. For example, this one. Okay, and now we have this one here. We have. I need to test this with contrast paints later on when painting something like that with. But this is how I will do the hair. Okay. So we have the miniature quite in good shape at this stage. So let's paint the blade. So to the blade I will take now a very light silver. So we can use, for example, stone cold silver. I will use a speed metal from scale 75. It's a very light and clean silver. Very interesting silver. Let's see if I can open. Okay, here we have. It's also quite transparent. We are going to apply this at the edge of the blade like that, and in this part I'm just going to follow this to give this. I want to the blade, the edge, to look really bright. Okay. Now I follow this shape. Let's do it again. Okay. Now we're going to apply it on this hook, this type of hook that he has. I want his weapons to look like made of really wood, at least to represent that is a high quality silver metal or steel. I have to say, really have to look like clean and pristine steel, right? I'm going to do this here as well on his metal leg, and now I will clean up the whites that have accumulated at the bottom. As well, have a hook shape this thing. I don't know if this will be useful on a boat or on a ship to have this type of leg, but who cares? Okay, this stage I'm almost done. So I was thinking if I want to do just some, I will do very small touches. I have seen in the camera the purple is not looking as good as I look in real life. So I was surprised. But I have to say here I see the silver, the purple very nice. But I will use just now the color lilac, what is a super light purple, to add some accents. I like to call it accents or bright points when you just want to create, for example here on the spikes, although this one I don't know why it's broken. Okay, I will keep this. I know that Games Workshop a lot of people have painted this type like a job. I prefer to keep it. I prefer to keep all the armor purple at this stage. I think I have enough color. Okay. I wanted to give a different take to this guy. Here we have, and now I'm going to do just this bottom. And with that, I'm done. With that I will give the miniature finish. Because I really see here I had some problems, so I will just put this one here. This is really going to give some additional accents here and there. Okay, but I think now, yes, here at the bottom of this neck protection. The face is quite hidden. And here I will give it done, okay? So this is how it looks like. This is the front part, okay, with this purple armor. And this is the back part, so very nice texture escape. I don't want to add more colors on this one. So this is how I do the the Fleetmaster of the Dark Elves, and now have a different name that, to be fair, I don't remember. Let me check if I find it here. So it's called the Black Ark Fleetmaster. So really a nice miniature, very interesting. It comes from the second Warhammer quest, that's based on the Hammerhall city, and I like it to paint this one, and I think will be a nice hero to use as well in future games of Warhammer Quest. So that's all for now. I hope you like this tutorial. Please leave in the comments below. Let me know what do you think. Also give me, let me know what do you think about the color scheme I followed here. And yeah, and that's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.